Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for a weekend stream. I know I said yesterday it would probably be Monday, but I was just in the mood to kind of practice with the A330, which of course is going to be one of the aircraft we can use when heavy cargo, which hopefully is just around the corner to releasing, will be ready to go. We'll be more proficient in the aircraft. So that is going to be today's stream, is all about this aircraft right here. Got the Malaysia Airlines livery, and yeah, so hopefully everybody's having a fantastic weekend. And I'm kind of excited to do a thing just over an airliner. I know, very shocking, but I mean, we gotta be ready for heavy cargo when it releases. You know, we can't just dive on into it and go from that. But this is the A330-300 with General Electric engines on it, so that's the model we have going on today, and that is the plan. We got a beautiful sunset going on. I'll probably change the time of day. Don't really feel like flying this at night, so we'll get there when we get there. But hello to Patty, Howie, Mental, Aaron, AWS, Amazon Web Services is here, Snus, Simon, and Dead Disciple. Hello. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday, or had a fantastic Saturday, depending on where you are. So first off, let's go ahead and get our GPU on. That way we can dive into a little bit of all of this. I'm probably not going to do the checklist because if I remember correctly, there's over 100 steps in order to boot this thing on up, and I'm not really in the mood to do it because even in career mode, I would just be doing the quick start. Because it's just, there's no way I'm going to be doing that every single time. There's just no way. But yeah, so there's 76 steps there, 50 steps there, 112 on that one, 11, 8, 12, 6, 7, 14, 6, and then finally taxing with 28 more steps. So, in case you're wondering why we're not doing that, that is why. But of course, if you do end up wanting to do a cold and dark start with anything, that's how you do it. You go to the aircraft tab, checklists, and you can go step by step with that. So we're not going to be doing that today. Nav accuracy upgrade. See, I think we're going to just actually, here, hang on, let's just boot this on up here. That way the computer can figure out all the nav stuff. AC position invalid. Well, that's good. Always love hearing that. I'm hoping it'll just kind of boot up itself and figure everything out on its own. That would be nice. I was looking for you at 11 and 12. I know we're starting a little bit later here today. Just a spur of the moment, kind of in the mood to stream again today, so that's why we're here a little bit early. But hello, Brad. Thank you, Mental Health. Yes, your favorite flight sim actor is back on the road for an Academy Award for streaming. You don't have a mouse? No, I do not. I do not use a mouse at any point in the sim. Unless I'm on PC, of course. Hi, Cowtown. First time watching a live stream. Thanks for all the PS5 help. You are welcome, Charles, and happy to have you here for a live stream. You can just clear those warnings out? Indeed. Well, anyways, what we're going to do here, I'll just kind of ignore it and hope for the best. Because that's what you always want from your pilot, is just hope for the best. By the way, Hype Performance Group has been dropped by Asobo and Microsoft Flight Simulator. A new developer is going to be taking over the production of the H225 helicopter, and Hype Performance Group is no longer a you know, like an official developer alongside the default sim. So saw that yesterday. Apparently there's all kinds of things going, because whoever, I guess like the main developer there has been pretty much just gone from everybody, even their own team at High Performance Group. But, so yeah, just thought I'd kind of mention that because I saw any builds here and thought about it. They announced it yesterday. So we'll have a new developer working on the H-225 helicopter, which hopefully means we'll get more and more changes much faster. And yeah, so just thought I'd mention that. I read that yesterday. So we are going to... I was kind of wanting... Well, we can always do some touch and goes once we're up in the air here. So let's get this situated. Lima Papa Mike Alpha is our starting point. Excellent. Then we're going to go ahead and... I mean, we don't really... The thing I like about Career Mode 2 is we're not going to have to worry about doing all this because we'll just have a flight plan anyways. But still kind of nice to kind of go through it, see this, because, you know, I've always kind of wondered how you get into nav mode and stuff, so it's kind of a learning experience for me as well. So it'll be nice, and hopefully it'll somehow help you guys out as well with the Airbus airliners. And we are going to go all the way south here to another island, and let's make this our destination here of Golf Charlie Lima Papa GCLP. And let's go ahead and find a route here so we don't just have a direct flight, even though it's probably going to be direct anyways for the most part. A couple little turns there, and... Nope, that works. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little approach in there. Boom. Flight plan is done, so let's go ahead and close out the map. We don't need to see that anymore. So again, just like in the flight planner video, we're not going to have a cruise flight altitude of 41,000 feet. Let's go with... Let's go with 180 for a flight level. I like that better. And then you can see us changing that flight level. It changes all of our speeds that we need to reach at certain points during our flight. That's why I like the Find Route button. Instead of you adding all the waypoints individually, you're just able to hit Find Route. It'll take care of arrival procedures, approach procedures, and you have a nice flight plan for your airliner flights. And what we're going to do here is send to ATC and Avionics. We'll have the whole shebang going on here today. At least I'm hoping it'll do what I want it to do here. And it did, yes. We do have... Okay, perfect. So everything's in here. Love that. I don't have a flight number, but let's do 54863. Perfect. I don't think I'm going to be too worried about anything else for now, so let's go ahead and get our pushback, please. Just got my first 737 in career. Very nice, Brad. How do you use reverse thrust? I haven't figured it out yet. So by holding R1 and then clicking circle, you'll go into the detent, and then hold circle, you will have reverse thrust. And then same going back out of it, you'll hold X, and then go out of that. I'll bring this down here so we don't go full power. But yep, holding R1 and then circle, it'll go past that detent to get you into reverse thrust. You don't use SimBrief? Nope. I know you've been asked this question a lot, but when do other... it'll be in 2026. watching from work on a break will watch full episode tonight. Well, welcome Diecast. Happy to have you here. Hopefully your work shift goes by nice and quick. And I'm glad a mouse is great for you. I don't need it. I'm good. Thank you, though. I mean, it's just... I'm good. Thousands of hours with a controller on Flight Sim, so I'm not needing a mouse. Hello, Silent. I found the VIP charter flights get me a lot of money. I opted to go the plane route rather than the helicopter route in certifications. Very nice mental health, very nice. And let's go ahead and disengage my pushback, who disappeared. And by the way, let's also get into contact with ATC here. All right. Oh. Hang on, let me turn it off from the controller here. I always forget that.
Tango, Whiskey November, IFR to Gran Canaria. Ready to copy. Charlie Oscar, Whiskey Tango.
And Diecast, thank you for the $1.99. As always, another great episode coming up. I appreciate it. It won't be as in-depth, because again, I don't fly airliners much. They bore me. Just want to kind of get familiar flying this aircraft just for the career missions, because then I'll definitely actually be flying it a lot more. But hopefully you still find some useful information out of it. But thank you again, Diecast. Very much appreciate it. Hello, Thomas. Welcome. I'm building Legos. My son is flying the sim, so I have to watch the stream to get my fix. Oh, I got you, Brad. Very nice. Yeah, I know. I was about to click and go away. Leave me alone. I was reading chat, okay?
Clear to Gran Canaria. By the GUSG-1 Whiskey departure. Runway 2.
Why is there always an error when you put in 380? It's just all dependent on... I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to explain. I mean, most of the time that error should be popping up if it's too high of an altitude for what you're flying, which obviously shouldn't be happening with this. There could be some other reasons too, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright.
Madeira ground. Charlie Oscar Whiskey Tango. Whiskey November with Quebec. Ready to taxi. IFR.
How do you do a flyby cam? You would go into showcase and then turn off follow mode, and then you'd be able to have that. I'm going to showcase that when we're up in the air.
Using taxiway. Alpha Charlie Cross runway 23. Contact tower on 124.66 when ready.
And AWS, I'm glad you've had some helpful tips from the UAE. Happy to have you here. Okay, well, if you go past the detent for reverse thrust, you need to hold circle again in order to fully go into reverse. Just tapping circle doesn't go full power on the thrust.
Tango Whiskey November. Acknowledge last transmission. Taxi.
Only just figured out how to put spoilers on, been approaching landing at 200 plus knots. Well, you don't use spoilers in the air, you use them when you're on the ground, but yeah, R1 and triangle to do the spoilers, or of course you can look down here and engage the spoilers from here. I don't know where I'm supposed to be taxiing to, I wasn't listening. I'm gonna go over here. But yeah, regarding flyby cameras, like I said, I'm gonna go to showcase camera here. Let's pause it real quick. So if you turn off follow mode, you can have the camera kind of set up here. Let me slow it down just a little bit. We'll unpause. And then you can do the same thing in the air, of course, especially when your aircraft's in autopilot. You can get those types of shots if you so choose. We'll do 3 degrees of flaps. That's probably excessive for a takeoff, but may as well. How do you zoom in and out? I have that as a custom keybind with triangle right on the D-pad and triangle left on the D-pad for zoom cockpit view, and then zoom external, or zoom out cockpit view. Not external. But I do have the same setup with the external view as well. Right and left on the D-pad with triangle. ATC never gets my route. I don't know why it does that. I mean, there's some instances, especially with the airliners, where it just doesn't want to do it correctly. That's why I was happy it did it here. But yeah, there's definitely times in specific planes that happens in. Hey, Omid, welcome, and Almost Aaron. Will you be setting up an autopilot or auto? I mean, not really, because again, I don't want the plane to land for me or do most of the work. Because I want to get used to flying the aircraft myself, because again, I don't use ILS, I don't use any of that auto stuff on any aircraft. It's like I want the fun parts of the flight for myself. Hey Carl, hello, hello. And Jack, welcome as well. I actually got this game on Xbox Series X, but I like the Pro better than the X. I was part of the release crap when it first dropped on X. Took me days to get in. Yep, again, that was all because of Game Pass. It should have never been on there at the beginning there. Alright, so let's line up a little bit better here. And then we'll get our lovely autopilot set up here. So, well, let's get our EFB open. We have a lovely... What did I set? Was it 18,000? Yeah, so let's get 18,000 here. We'll get a heading pointed directly straight ahead for now. Because the thing I need to figure out is... Because, you know, every other airliner has a nav button, but here it's got to be different. So I may have to figure that out as well regarding that. Because that's one thing I've never fully understood with the... Because the A310 has a nav button, which is why I like the A310, especially with the Pan Am livery. You primarily interact with the heading track knob on the flight control unit. Oh, so it's tied to this. Is it? The heading window will change to show 3 dashes and a white dot. Is that somewhere else, or is that going to be up there? Now, let me clear out my EFB here. Kind of adjust this here. Because we have a white box now. Okay, there's the white... Okay, so there's the white dot. Is this... This indicates the aircraft is now in a managed mode and will follow the flight plan... Oh, look at that! Okay. Shoo. We'll kind of mess with that then. Nice, but for now I'm going to keep it in heading mode, and then we'll see how this all goes from that. cool. Alright, next up, want to set up our speed. We'll stay below 250 knots, below 10,000 feet. Because again, if you're over that, you will get a penalty in career mode. So we'll deal with that nicely. And I think we're good. Let's just go up into the air here. Full toga. Get our gyroscope because the Airbuses work again. Alright, I forgot to talk to you. Ah, that's alright. I don't really care. I'm busy. I don't really care. I'm in an A330, I can do whatever I want, thanks. Okay, I don't, this is why I just don't care about ATC. Just, yeah, I know. Just cancel IFR. Thanks. Quit telling me I wasn't clear for takeoff. I do not care. Alright, so let's get autopilot on here.
Tango Whiskey November. ATC services terminated. Good day.
And then let's just mess with this. Let's push the button here. Oh. Oh, if this follows the flight plan, it's gonna be so nice knowing how to do it in the Airbus now. Oh, that's gonna be great. Oh, I'm over 250 as well. I didn't... Oh, I do have it set. Oh. You don't get auto throttle until you're in this range here. So keep that in mind. You see this arrow here to here, and then ATHR. If you're above FLX and in toga, whatever, auto throttle won't be engaged. So we want to be down here in order for the plane to take over that throttle and manage the speed on its own. So let me go here again. We want to manage speed. Oh no, I want to do... Are we in speed mode? I mean, we're climbing, we'll see. Because now I just have it set to this dot too. Do we go? We are on the flight plan, yeah! Oh man, that is fantastic. That is way simpler than I was thinking it was going to be. So yep, it's just heading into this little 3- dot button, and that goes into nav mode, and now it'll be managing all the turns. This is... I'm so happy. People that probably fly the Airbuses all the time are like, well, that's the easiest thing ever. Oh man. But alright, let's go get this to... And I think we can go here and... Because I think just going selected altitude there should... Oh, I kind of leveled out now. Hang on. I mean, it's alright. I'll just do it manually for now, but we'll figure this out once we're there. But perfect. So auto throttle is engaged, which is probably what means with the pink bug when it does go into that. So you can see it's managing that. It increased its power once we started climbing. Why do we have a master caution? What's going on? Auto throttle limited. That's fine. We're climbing nicely. It's all good. We're following a nav mode! Alright, let me catch up with chat. Sorry, everybody. Hey, Dean, hello! I had the ATC tell me I had no business in a plane as a pilot or as a passenger. Oh, I'm sure of that, Todd. That's great. I noticed the rudder inputs do the opposite while accelerating down the runway, pulling back on the stick helps. The rudder inputs do the opposite. I'm not sure what we're talking about on that. Zenith! I'm sure you... And this is pre-recorded, FMJ. Thanks for asking. I'm loving the sim now. Glad you're enjoying it, Ben. Am I online? Yes, this is free flight. We took off from Madeira, Lima Papa Mike Alpha, set up our little flight plan here, and of course we are heading to another island of the Gran Canaria. Golf Charlie Lima Papa. Watching the live stream is better than watching the one that was already posted. I'll see, there we go. And New Mexico Fly, hello, welcome to the stream. Does the autopilot work similar to other aircraft, as in it will follow the waypoint? Yep, just like what we did here. Setting it up here, we have it now set to follow our waypoint. So if we take a look at it, so if it was a longer flight, we had a bunch of turns, so once we get to Brick, we'll actually turn left, the plane will be doing all that, and it'll be perfect. Again, I'm not going to do anything with auto landing or anything like that, because I don't use it at any point with any aircraft, because I want to fly it myself, and that's that. Because, I mean, I guess we could always do or approach, because I think this is what you would hit here, and then it would do whatever. So, but yeah, I always like hand flying my aircraft. So we're getting a right turn, and you'll see the plane will do it on its own here. We'll just get a view from outside. Not sure why it went left to then go right. That was a bit weird there. But we're almost to... Oh, by the way, we can increase our speed since we're above... Well, actually, I think it's just going to do whatever it wants to do. Oh, no, we can change it. It's fine. So for there, we just changed our speed, hit square while we were holding it, and we are now climbing to it. Perfect. I probably shouldn't have done that, though. What does this button do? Is this just altitude hold mode then? Altitude selector knob. Yeah, it seems more like a altitude hold. So we're going to go ahead and bring our vertical speed up. And just climb ourselves. Do that manually, just like I do in pretty much everything else. Because I know if we do it this way, we should also be able to just pull the selected altitude like this. And that way the plane will adjust its angle and climb to it. So we'll do it that way instead of vertical speed. Because doing that is pretty much flight level change mode. So clicking on this and then hitting square, you're pulling the knob and then it'll go. So same thing for descending, which we'll see here in a little bit. We'll bring the altitude down to what we want to, we'll hit that, and with auto throttle and everything else engaged, the aircraft will manage the speed and the descent on its own, so you're not having to do too much with that. So that's how we'll continue to do altitude changes in the Airbuses. Very nice. Let's go say hello to our empty cabin for now. And aid, yeah, the right bumper, or R1. Oh, why are these invisible walls everywhere? Oh, look at this view right here. Hang on, let's get to the wing. Make it look real nice. You need to put the throttle. I mean, I'm fine with what's happening. We're climbing. It's all good. I'm not worried about having the throttle in something else. We're right at climb. But here, I'll move it up an inch here. There we go. Goodness. You can load passengers without any add-ons. My goodness. I was... I wasn't saying there wasn't going to be anybody here. There we go. I thought I did that. Dang it. So I moved it because I was just trying to move around. Anyways. There's so many hitboxes here. I'm just trying to get to a window. Excuse me, passengers. Just want to check out the wing view here. Don't mind me. Don't mind the pilot being out here. It's a big plane for sure at the A330. Why do the passengers need light? There's enough sunlight still from below the horizon. You think the passengers are going to pay for my electric bill? I don't think so. Alright, so there we go. 18,000 feet at our altitude hold, going about 310 knots. What did I have it set to? 310. Perfect. And we are in nav mode, which I still am so excited about knowing that specific thing now. Which, again, I thought was going to be a bit more convoluted, but It was not. So that's going to be great to know. This is why I wanted to do this stream, is just to kind of get familiar with those basics of autopilot. That way we're ready to go, and I can actually tell people how to go into nav mode now. I'm sure they are. They're like, what are you doing over here? ANN light. Antenna, I'm assuming? Got our dome lights. No smoking, please. Oh, it even does the bing? The little ding noise? Hang on, let me turn it up so I can hear it again. Very nice. Hang on, I'm trying to get my audio back here. There we go. Cool. Sorry, got a little distracted there. So you're saying, wait. Because it's not the pilots that control the lights in the cabin, is it? Isn't it the flight attendants? Don't they have like their own station there, or? Because there's no way the pilots are the ones changing the lighting. Or maybe it's tied to whatever they're doing with the lights in general. Like if they turn on the landing lights, it immediately disables the cabin lights or dims them or something. I don't even know how that all works. I always thought it was the flight attendants that did that. Oh, by the way, also, let me do a little flyby for you. Same step, just have the drone camera a bit away from you. Turn off follow mode. Did I pause or something? Oh, I did. Why did I do that? Oh, no. Why is that happening? Okay, I regret doing whatever, I don't know what happened. Why is this freaking out? Okay, I regret whatever I just did there, because it was not happy at all. And now... Oh, crap. Yeah, no, the autopilot's off. Even though it actually isn't. Uh-oh. Crap. Well, I regret doing that. I didn't realize that was gonna cause any issues after. I didn't mean to pause either. No! Oh, shoot. I have no control over the aircraft. It's like in a frozen state almost. Maybe pausing, unpausing will help. Okay, okay. We're good. We're back. Let's get this back on. I don't know what happened there, but obviously not something that was supposed to happen. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what happens. This stupid taking over the plane controls with cursor mode. I'm pretty sure that's why that happened. Asobo, let us disable that crap, because it makes it worse than anything. It doesn't help in any situation. So I think when we accidentally pause the sim and then being in cursor mode, it just freaked everything out. Alright, I'll try this one more time. If it breaks it again, then never mind. Goodness gracious. Move a bit away here because it's going to go by quick. But anyways, that's how you can do flybys if you want to. I'm just glad we were able to reset everything, because things were just completely freaked out. Alright, how are we doing? We're not at my altitude, so again, let's go ahead and click X on the altitude selector knob, and then we will hit square to pull the knob, which will then manage our speed, and we'll get down to our 18,000 feet that I want to be at. Unbelievable. And Monorific, happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we're talking about the tablet. That's why I was confused by computer. Are we talking about an actual computer on the left over there? I mean, I don't really care about the lights back there, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, I'm all good. I'm not too worried about it. It's all good. Speaking of lights, let's go ahead and get some stuff situated here. Now it's getting dark. Oh my. Yeah, that's... There we go. Oh, it looks nice in here. Okay, why are we doing... No. Is it because I moved this? I'm gonna leave it where I have it. I'm not gonna move that anymore. Oh, that's why. We need to re-engage this. There we go. So we're gonna click X on that. Square. Nope. Still blue. You know what? Just do it auto. It can figure it out for us. Right, co-pilot? Why did we leave this open? But you know what? Here, I'll turn on approach mode. We'll just see what it does. If it does anything, great. If not, I don't really care. You probably hit that when you're closer to the airport, but I want to see what it does. I'm just staying low just for the fact that I don't want to climb and then descend so far since it's not that long of a trip. That's the only reason we're flying at 18,000 feet. And yes, mental health, that is correct. In free flight, it's always multiplayer. I just wasn't really advertising this one as a multiplayer flight too much, but we have a couple of them, a couple viewers with us. care that you're limited. Maybe a little bit more. Well, actually now I can put you back in climb because now it's not going to be an issue. Because auto throttle is actually on, so we're fine. Oh, you have to do... What the heck is LS? Oh, there's LS. I'll just do that, and then I'll do AP2. Okay, I probably don't click that yet. I probably do that later. I don't know what auto throttle is doing, but it's not auto throttling. Just ignoring whatever I want. It's just, I'm gonna do it manually here. Let's go for, oh, 340 is fine. See if that actually follows it there. All right. A330 is making me 24 to 30 million per flight in career mode. That's actually available already for passenger transport. I guess it's not considered a heavy airliner for some reason, but nice. Medium, there again with console, there isn't like actual graphic settings you're changing. You're just changing quantity of parked aircraft, air traffic that's moving around, airport service vehicles driving around and stuff like that. So it's not like PC where you're changing everything. Medium is as high as it goes regarding the settings that are under the graphics options. You don't need AP2 unless you have a Cat 3 radio auto land. Ah. I mean, again, if it doesn't do the auto land, I don't really care, because I don't use it anyways. I was just seeing if that's all it took, or if there was some other steps. Honestly, Matt, I wouldn't even bother wasting time in those flights, because it's not worth the time for the little amount of money that you get from them. Because you're talking about the gold missions and stuff that are limited time. Yeah, those are just useless. Hey, Russell! My father used to design the wings for the A330, 310, and 320, or 300, 310, 320, 330. When he was alive, he worked in France, Germany, and Canada for Airbus back in the 70s and 80s. Well, that is very cool, Russell. I'm sure he had some awesome stories about all that. Designing the wings for him, that's cool, Russell. I'm still flying VIP Charter 172. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, take your time with it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yesterday you said I didn't know what I was talking about. Well, I didn't say that at all. I just said it wasn't happening on PlayStation, so I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't on Xbox, and don't know why it would be different on different things. So, no clue. Almost said VIP charter. Nice. No idea, FMJ. I don't have any... I don't really change anything regarding that. To be honest, it's just whatever the PlayStation was at default. Do you prefer to do the streams on PlayStation 5? I mean, I just was wanting to fly with my gyroscope. This is Sim Update 4. It had Sim Update 4 before it was released on PC and Xbox. It's the exact same build. Because I guarantee if I go to it on PC and use the A330 on Sim Update 4, the A330 will be running fine. If it's just an issue on Xbox, then that's something with Xbox. I don't know why it would be different when it works on every other platform. So... I don't know, like, oh, goodness, maybe I shouldn't have streamed today. Oh, anyways. Oh. By the way, we should almost be to our lovely destination of whatever, because I think this is our island we're actually heading to here. Why do you think everybody has the same thing? The PlayStation 5 version had Sim Update 4 before PC and Xbox, which then PC and Xbox got Sim Update 4 a couple days later. I mean, my goodness gracious. Oh, I love it. Here, let's try the A330 on the PC. Let's see this really quick. Because I would do it on the Xbox, but I don't have another Ethernet cable to connect to it. But we can definitely try it out after this and see if it's an issue that's only happening on Xbox. But yeah, regarding the marketplace, I mean, it's just something that's tied together since, you know, it's on the same build across all platforms, which is why you're seeing the marketplace have that thing with the sale going on. Unfortunately, there's nothing there just yet. That'll be releasing in spring regarding third-party content. Oh, look at that. The reverse thrust's working on PC version as well. Weird, considering it's on a different build, huh? Here, hang on. Hold on. Hopefully taking the HDMI cable out doesn't break it, but here. Let me show you it on Sim Update 4. Look at that. A330. Reverse thrust. Definitely not working there. Wow. Crazy. Anyways, welcome back to the A330 on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh, man. Are there any plans for PS5 to support the Airbus controllers? So again, regarding peripherals, Honeycomb, Thrustmaster, I'm sure all the other ones that have made stuff for PC and Xbox are well on their way to create stuff specifically for PlayStation. So you'll probably see all that stuff in the new year here. Right? Supernova? I mean, I love this sim. Just, especially with the ocean here, it looks really nice. I love it. And Callum, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm getting Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for Christmas from my daughter. Been watching a lot of your vids lately. When I'm set up and running, I'll be watching them all again to learn. Really looking forward to playing this. That's awesome, Michael. By the way, we reached our brick turn here. I'm so excited that I got nav mode set up now. Because, you know, every time people were asking me, I was like, I don't know. I wish I could have helped them, but now I can. It was way simpler than I thought it was going to be, but I'm so excited that that's the case. I love it. But again, Michael, you're going to have a blast with the sim, so it's going to be a great Christmas for you and your daughter. I mean, I had to show it because it's just like, I don't know why, I just... What do you mean it's on a different build? It's Sim Update 4. Oh my goodness gracious. But, Master of Debunking. I love doing it. Oh, sorry. Please show how to set up nav mode again. So all you do is when you see the 3 dash and the little dot here, this is nav mode. You just click X on the heading track selector knob, and then we hit square, I believe, is what we did. So just kind of mess with the buttons a little bit until you see that, and then you're in nav mode. Somebody was telling me the left computer, but I wasn't sure what that meant. So they're kind of just sitting in the dark for now. I'm not sure if there's another setting somewhere else. Oh, this cabin lights. We looked. I can't believe I didn't see that. We were right here earlier. Oh my. Oh, this looks cool. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you to whoever said the left computer, the tablet there. Nice. Oh, we're cruising now. Is everybody feeling fancy back here? This actually looks so good. I love it. But I'm sure this is only working because we're on a different build than the PC and Xbox version, apparently. So. Oh, crap, man. But no, this actually looks really cool. And I don't know how I missed it in the tablet, but there we go. That's how you do the cabin lights in the tablet to the left. Nice. So yeah, right there, underground, and then cabin lights. Because I looked over here at the equipment side, and I just completely... I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you can absolutely walk around. You're just holding L1, or the left bumper, and then the left stick to... So basically an FPS game, left stick to move around, right stick to look around. Just be careful, there's a lot of hit boxes on the seats, so you'll kind of get stuck on stuff. No, that looks really... I like that blue. Let's make it a little bit dimmer, though, because that's pretty bright for medium. What does it look like full brightness? I gotta be honest, it looks exactly the same as it did with the medium setting. There we go. That looks perfect. Nice dim lighting to really set the mood for our landing in the A330. Yeah, FMJ, welcome to Sim Update 5. Out 4 months early on PS5 with working reverse thrusters on the A330. Oh, crap. I have been searching for the light button for so long. Thank you so much. You are welcome, Carl. And again, who said that? Hang on. Let me go back up. Who was saying this? I think I got distracted by the nonsense that was going on there. It was Silent. Silent A. That's who brought us in the direct. And Blind, thank you so much for the one... Is that Australian dollar? Either way, thank you for the $1, regardless of where it's from. I'm sorry I missed out on that. Very much appreciate it, Blind Ninja. What is the key combination to zoom in really close on the PS5? So I have that set personally on my own. I have it set to holding triangle and then right on the D-pad to zoom in, and then triangle left on the D-pad to zoom out. And I can show you where to find that. I'll just, if anybody's flying with us still, I'm going to pause really quick. But yeah, if you go to settings, controls, goodness gracious, the voice is dying on me here. But yeah, so just type in zoom, not zom. And then from here, I have unzoom cockpit view to triangle left on the D-pad, zoom cockpit view with triangle right on the D-pad, and then I also did the same for external view, left and right D-pad with triangle for those. And that's it. Really, they need to make that a default setting though. That's really nice to have. Another thing we changed to is R1 and up on the D-pad was only to disengage the autopilot. We switched that in yesterday's stream to toggle it on and off with autopilot master toggle. So R1 and up on the D-pad now turns it on and off, which I think is much better too than just being what it is with the other way there. So, gonna do... Oh, why did I do LS on this side? We need to do it on our pilot side. Again, this might not do anything, and I'm okay with that. I'm not too worried about having auto land going on. But we'll just kind of... So now it's set to final. Which, what does that mean? Because we got an altitude cruise, and now it's saying final after we did the LS mode. Go into AP2 at this point. That doesn't even want to do anything anymore. Oh, I paused again. Why do I keep managing to do that now? I don't know why I'm doing it anyways. Let me try that again. We'll see if anything happens. If not, it's all good. I'm going to make it a bit more daytime as well. I don't want it to just be a blank screen for you guys, so we'll bring this back a little bit. Nico, it is absolutely worth it. It's a fantastic sim. You're going to have a fantastic time with it. Do people react to flight conditions? No. I mean, in career mode, yes, they will. Like, if you bank too far or have excessive movement, they'll kind of react to it and stuff like that. There's no, like, screaming or anything, but they'll just be like, what was that? You know, those types of reactions. So in career mode, yes. In free flight, there's not going to be anything like that. Can only hope, Monorific. Oh, you activate it before approach. Well, good thing I had that on before. I mean, hang on, I messed this all up. Hang on, we're gonna pop this up. So have this on before approach. Boom. And we'll just see if anything happens. Because there's probably another step I'm missing. So we'll see. And I absolutely did enjoy the light, Silent. How do you get passengers? You just do that by opening up your EFB, having that there, and then at the aircraft button down below, you'll go to flight performances, mass and balance, and then just set up a quick fill. We did 76%. You'll load aircraft, another window will pop up, and you'll click load immediately, and then they'll pop on in. And then if you do this beforehand, so if you're set up a flight plan in free flight, and have people ready to go before you load into the sim, and you connect the jetway, you'll get the animation of them walking down the jetway into your aircraft as well. And yes, Kyle, that's a good thing too, because I noticed some people have that off or low. So make sure in settings, under graphics, you have character quantity set to the highest, which is medium. Because if you have that off, you won't be seeing passengers. I might have just glitched out my own passengers here. We'll see. Oh, that looks fantastic. Don't you think, Copilot? Look at that view out there. Oh no, they're still here. Perfect. So yeah, make sure character quantity is set to medium, or else if it's set to off, you won't see anybody. And Rex, thanks so much for considering my request. Big respect, love, and regards. You are very welcome, Rex. Welcome to another stream. Managed to snag a Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS 4 yesterday on eBay for $80. We'll be here Monday. Nice, DJ. Very nice. I'm still trying to get past the standalone version comment. I am too. I don't know where, like, I just... When somebody's trying to make it like they know so much about it and they're just so absolutely wrong, it's like, how did we get to this point? First time I've seen one for under $100 since the game came out for PS5. Oh, I'm sure it was a huge price increase going on, because I know a lot of it was sold out, too. How did you get the passengers on the plane? I mean, what did the passengers look like? So you might have just popped in right afterwards, but I can always show it again. But these are what our lovely passengers look like here. I only did a 76% full rating on it. I'll go to the regular seats back here so we see more of them. Oh, that's really all there... Okay, Aaron. I mean, if that's all there is to it, that's going to be great. I might actually start using it just for bad weather conditions, especially in career mode where I want to kind of be lined up with everything. But anytime it's just VFR conditions, I'm fine with flying everything. But anyways, so these are the passengers. Again, if you missed it, you open up the EFB. Oh, hang on. Don't look at the screen. Spoilers. Alright, so you open up the EFB, click on the aircraft icon on the bottom. Or if you are in this section here, you just click on aircraft. And then flight performances, mass and balance. In the seats category, just do a quick fill. I did 76%. You click load aircraft, and then load immediately, and they'll pop on in. Many thanks for all the help with the passengers. I had to pre-order in PS5. Very nice, BTT. They're going for $150 to $300 on eBay right now. It's oh my, yeah, that's definitely ridiculous. I got my HOTAS 4 for 60 pounds 3 weeks before the game dropped from Amazon. Got a good deal there, Silent. Many thank you for that. I've been struggling to see the instrument panel on the aircraft. I'm new into Microsoft Flight Sim family. Everything is very overwhelming for me. If you're, I mean, don't feel overwhelmed. Just have fun with the sim. Even if you're just diving into airliners right away, just have fun with it. And then as you get more familiar with just the flying component of Flight Sim, you'll be able to kind of make your way around and get more used to the autopilot systems from a Cessna 172 to a Cessna Citation Longitude, all the way up into these bigger airliners. But that is the biggest mistake you can make. Just don't feel overwhelmed. Just have fun with the sim. And then from there, everything else will kind of fall into place. You'll get more familiar with landings, takeoffs, how to taxi, how to talk to ATC. But all of that stuff is not necessary right off the bat. Don't worry about ATC. Don't worry about autopilot. Just get familiar with flying a plane. Have fun exploring the world. And then from there, you can just work your way through everything else. There's a HOTAS 4 on eBay for 320 pounds. Yikes. Nobody better buy that one. That is a ridiculous price, for sure. And Matt, is there a way to auto-disengage the gyroscope when you turn on autopilot? No, because what I typically do is once I'm ready to go into autopilot mode, I will... What do I do? Normally I kind of just disengage it before I click it. So what I do is I just kind of zoom in over here. I get ready to push it. I disengage gyroscope, and then I just hit autopilot and then go in from that. Going there next year with my girlfriend and her family. Oh, that's going to be a fantastic trip then. I mean, it looks awesome here. That's going to be a fantastic trip. I got some hostility by suggesting you don't need a HOTAS if you set up a controller properly. Some people like to provoke a reaction. No doubt about that. I mean, again, if you're having trouble finding a flight stick, use the gyroscope mode. I'm telling you, it is such an enjoyable way of flying. It almost feels like you're flying with a stick. Like, it's just, you have that much control with it, and I love it. But of course, again, in 2026, we are going to be seeing a boatload of new flight control peripherals for PlayStation, so it's going to be awesome. On the other day, I posted an A330 tutorial request in the community, and today it is on air. So yes, I follow you, I watch your videos and lives, and most importantly, I learn from you. I appreciate it, Rex. I mean, this was kind of a learning experience for me, too. I mean, I know some of the stuff, like just doing heading and all that. Really love the fact that I know how to do nav mode with an Airbus airliner now. Like, it's just, it makes me so happy to learn that. That's another thing that's cool about this sim is, even though I have so many hours in here, you know, it's cool learning about other systems or diving a little bit deeper into the airliner stuff and kind of getting familiar with it. So, I want to see something here regarding our route, because you would assume we'd be descending at this point. This is wrong here because it shows 11,000 and 14,000 again, and then 7,000. Don't know why we would have been climbing there. Let's see what happens after we pass GDV here. Because, I mean, it's me in an airliner. I'm sure I've missed some step regarding auto landing. It's all good if we did. You're not missing any features, no, Charles. It's the same sim regardless of what PlayStation you're playing on. Appreciate it, Rex. Got your HOTAS in November. Nice, Kyle. Great advice. I've been building up gradually and getting more confident, learning more each day. Yep, Simon, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you rush through everything, then you're just going to be overwhelmed, especially in career mode, where, like, you know, you rush through buying a bunch of different planes or getting an expensive one, you end up crashing it. You know, it's just, take your time with it. That's my biggest advice with flight sim, is just take your time, have fun with it, and go from that. And Spa! Yesterday I made a great flight plan. I flew beautifully over Europe. And then I found out I had violated 3 or 4 military airspaces, and in real life my plane would have been shot down. I mean, see? That's why you do those types of flights in a simulator. And Hartsfield, welcome back to another stream. Happy to have you here. And Joel, hey Cow, good seeing you fly an airliner today. Those are my favorites to fly. Very nice. Well, happy to have you here in the stream. Is AP1 keeping your aircraft at a steady altitude? Oh, we turned off AP1 because now we're in AP2, but I don't think anything's going to happen here, I'm going to be honest. Because I feel like we should have been descending at this point. Maybe I have to do something here with the altitude. Well, either way, we're going to do it ourselves here. We're going to bring our altitude down to, let's say, oh, we'll do 8,000 feet will work. We will hit square, I believe. Yes. So what we just did there is we clicked X on the altitude selector knob, set our altitude that we want to be at is 8,000 feet, and then we hit square once we had the altitude. So what that does is it basically goes into a flight level change mode where now the plane will descend at a decent rate, where it'll maintain the speed that you have set as well, so you're not having to worry about overspeed. But again, regarding altitude and all that stuff, AP1 is what you start with, and AP2 is, I guess, what you would use for auto landing. But again, I might have missed a step. It's all good, though. Gyro is indeed so much better. I had a Velocity flight stick for the Xbox, but I'm enjoying Gyro on PS5 so much. Same here. Same here, Aid. Sometimes with the EFB, when flying a plane, I'm unable to push certain buttons on it. So yeah, I mean, if that ever happens, move the EFB around, because we've had that happen quite a few times. So like, let's say we couldn't push this, just go to an edge of the EFB, move it around a little bit, and it'll kind of reset it, and it should make it to where you can click on the button like it's supposed to be. Something you need to work on, but keep that in mind next time that happens to you. The other thing you could always do as well, I'm kind of wishing I could run into that issue now, but of course we want it to happen, it probably won't. But if that happens, just change the display size as well. That can kind of reset it and make it to where the cursor can be interacted. So either reset the display size or just shake the EFB around a little bit and it'll hopefully work out for you to be able to click the button you want. Has anybody else had issues with light cargo missions in the Utah area? Tried all 4 and my plane wouldn't take off. Have no issues anywhere else. It sucks because those... So I'm going to assume, is it a really high altitude that you're taking off from? Well, I don't think Utah has anything, because the Cessna 172's ceiling is 14,000 feet, I believe. So give me an airport code of where you're trying to take off from, and I'll replicate it here. I'll see if we run into the same issue. Can you do plane crashes in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? No. Leave it in. Oh, I mean, it's all good. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. It's something we can learn for another day. Because we should be fine on this descent. We should be ready to go once we turn, because we're doing a nice little loop around the island. Because the airport is right off of our right wing back there. We'll watch this turn. If you don't mind me asking, are you using a PS5 Edge controller? I am just using a default DualSense controller that came with the Pro. And regarding your flashlight, that is on because you have no other lights on in the cockpit, so just turn on some lights, be it for the backlights of the buttons in the instrument panel, maybe a little light for the cabin. Your flashlight will turn off from that. Are you here, FMJ? Nice. And just picked this up a few weeks ago, learning as I go. Nice, Boast. Very nice. And you're welcome, Hartsfield. Charles, yes, you can turn off the crash physics in free flight, not in career mode. But in free flight you can, once we're done with this lovely turn here. I'll show it to you. My next question, sorry, how do you reduce throttle when landing? So, I don't hold circle. So circle is, hang on, I need to do something really quick. Totally got a message and I didn't reply to it. I looked at it and okay, we're good now. So yeah, throttling down. Don't hold circle, because if you do that, you're just making it harder on yourself. Just tap the circle button. So here, I'll just kind of show it really quick. Because if you tap it, you can see how we're having way more control over where the speed is. Same with X. So just tapping the button, it goes up a little bit or goes down a little bit. That's the way I control the throttle, because if you just hold circle, you're going, or hold X to move the throttle around, it makes it a lot more unpredictable on your landing. So as you're landing, get those flaps going once you're at the certain speed, because you don't want to deploy the flaps too early, or else you can start damaging those. But yep, so you just bring that back, get the flaps going, and you just kind of control from there. Oh, and also, hang on. So if you go to settings, is it under assistances? It might be under assistances, actually. Yes. And then realism. There you can disable crash damage, disable aircraft stress damage, engine stress damage. Again, this stuff does not work in career mode, so just keep that in mind. That's only for free flight and world photographer and whatever, but yeah, if you can't use that stuff in career. Just asking, do you have any Discord community? I do not have a Discord, no. I do not. I'm in a flight right now. We'll check the airport code after. I assumed it was a mix of altitude and being loaded down with fuel and cargo. And Rastarif, on my first mission with my recently bought Cessna 172 in career mode, a lot of money on stake here. You got it. You'll have a fantastic first flight with your new Cessna. Well, now you know where they are, Charles. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to break out of nav mode. So we're going to hit X or square, bring our heading over to the left, and then we'll line up ourselves here. We'll have to learn our auto landing another day. Oh, that's nice right there. Minus the black lines in the water, but hopefully that can get resolved here shortly. Wow, how far did I move the heading? That thing moves fast. We don't have to go this far over. Oh, yeah, no wonder. Okay. That thing moves so quick. Alright. Good to know. turn everything else off here for now. Oh, crap. We're already at 8,000 feet. Let's go down to 2,000 feet. And then, of course, hit square again. And we will go into a nice flight level change mode where the plane will maintain our 220 knots while descending. And HAB. So regarding passengers, in general and graphics settings, make sure character quantity is set to the highest setting of medium. Just wanted to increase our speed here so the cockpit didn't complain. Oh god, what have I done? We're in toga now. No, we're not. We're good. Everything's fine. We're good. We're good? Alright. So yep, again, settings, graphics, make sure you have passenger quantity set to medium, which is the highest it can go. And then from there, you will open up the EFB. Oh, here, let me go out of first class here, or business class, whatever it is. That way you can see more passengers. And then when you open up the EFB, you will have aircraft, mass and balance, seats, just set it to whatever you want. You can do quick fill, go all the way, fill it up fully. But if not, you'll hit load aircraft when you're happy with what it's at. And then you will hit load immediately with the other menu that pops up, and they will all pop into your plane. Pop, pop, pop. Alright. But yeah, that's a good tip too. I mean, if you're ever close to crashing or things are going wrong, pause the sim and abort the mission. And then from there, you can just, or restart the mission. That way, you don't crash your plane, and you can just start from the beginning again. Thanks to you, Catan, I now have my landings nailed. That's awesome, Hartsfield. Great to hear it. You change the passengers to medium by going to settings, and then graphics in general, and then character quantity. And then, of course, if you want, I mean, you're still going to get twins and quadruplets and everything else with medium, but you can have that set to medium as well for variety. But yep, quantity is your main thing that you're wanting to have set. Because if that's not set to medium, or if it's set to off, you're not going to see passengers. Alright, let's turn to the right. So with the airliners, you don't have to worry. There's some planes where if you hold circle, it'll just immediately go into reverse thrust. I really don't like those planes. I'm hoping developers can kind of go in there and create the detent. So when you fully go idle, and it doesn't go back anymore, and you have reverse thrust like on an airliner like the A330 we're flying, once you're at idle, you'll hold R1 and then tap the circle button to go into reverse, but you'll also have to hold circle more to go full power. Just tapping circle once will get you into the reverse section, but you won't be full thrust. So R1 circle, and then hold circle after that to go full power. We'll showcase that here once we're landing. But that is all you have to do, R1 and circle, and then to get out of reverse thrust, it's the opposite, it's R1 and X to go through the detent to get into the regular thrust again. Sometimes when I fly the A330 on autopilot and auto throttle on with a set speed, the plane automatically goes into toga mode. Not sure what triggers that. The only thing I could think of is if for whatever reason auto throttle isn't fully engaged and it gets to a stall speed, it has the emergency throttle in there, so it knows. Same with if you overspeed, the plane will skyrocket into the sky to bleed off that airspeed and get out of overspeed. So, because so far we haven't had anything. I mean, the only thing we had weird was because of the stupid cursor mode, which that's probably what caused it, actually. Because the stupid feature that's there is supposed to be a helpful thing. Like, oh, when you're in cursor mode, we'll take care of the plane. It shouldn't even be doing that, especially when you are in autopilot. But it overrides that too, and can lead to issues. Because we had that happen in the stream here, where I think it was just a call out for 2,500 or whatever. Either way, so when you do cursor mode, sometimes it can freak things out. Asobo, if you're watching this, please let us disable it or just remove it entirely, because it never helps. It's always causing more issues than helping out. So I'm going to assume that might have been what caused your toga issue, because it can sometimes go idle, it'll go full power, anytime, like it's random when it does it, because you can see now, it does it once, and then never again. So it might have been toggling cursor mode to kind of kickstart that nonsense, because I want that gone. Nothing about it is helpful. It always causes issues like, oh, I have my autopilot set up, let me check the EFB really quick, and now the plane's freaking out because of the auto-flying cursor nonsense, whatever. So that's probably what was causing that. Where am I landing? We are landing at... Holy crap, there's a lot of AI planes over here. Golf Charlie Lima Papa GCLP, or, to be more specific, Gran Canaria. Gran Canaria. That is where we're landing. Alright, so we're at our 2,000 foot altitude here, which is great. We'll be bailing out of autopilot here shortly to get our landing in with the A330. By any chance, can you assist? How can I reset the controller, like if we've made any changes? So, all you gotta do is go to Settings, Controls, and then if you're trying to reset your Thrustmaster or anything like that, you'll just click on the controller or peripheral, whatever you're trying to change, and you will go to General Controls, because it'll always save your default one. Right there. That's the locked one, and then from there you can always change it up, which, I don't know why I have 3 of them now. I'm kind of worried which one I think I had to... We'll see. But then if there's one you don't like, you can always delete it and go right back to default settings. So, like, let's say I didn't want my 2... I need to rename this anyways. Let's see if this is... I think this is what I want. So, let's say... I'm probably going to delete something I don't want to delete. That's okay, though. I can always fix it up. So, let's get rid of this general profile here. We'll click the setting and delete it. Oh, so it just got rid of... I guess there wasn't actually 2 of them. Great. So now we're set to default again. Well, anyways, that's how you do that, folks. Shish kebab here. Alright, hang on. Don't know why I deleted both of them, but okay. But anyways, that's how you reset back to default controls. I just wanted to visually show it to you on accident. I'm gonna rename this so I know what in the world. Don't delete. Perfect. And we're gonna set this to apply to all aircraft. Unzoom cockpit view. Zoom external view. Unzoom external view. Oh, crap. What was the drone one again? Was it just toggle drone mode, maybe? I'll mess with that afterwards. Crap, man. And Blind Ninja, I'm new here. What do you think about Microsoft Flight Sim on PS5 so far, and how does it compare to other platforms? Also, are you only using a controller play? Yep, only using the DualSense controller, flying with gyroscope controls. It's fantastic on the PlayStation. You're going to have a blast with it. And was there any other question? Let me look at that really quick. But yeah, loving it on the PlayStation. Alright, disengage auto throttle. Don't need you anymore. We're going to fully hand fly the aircraft now. Get our first notch of flaps in. And you're welcome, Rex. Alvatore, I'm gonna Google translate your comment a little. Oh, here, hang on. Let me just do it really quick. Let's see what you're saying to me. Oh, I can't. What in the world? Why can I not? You know, I'm getting sick of YouTube's streaming thing here. It's always such a mess. There we go. To Google Translate. And sorry to everybody that's flying with me. I don't mean to pause so much here. Does anyone have Microsoft Flight Simulator play together online on PS5? Anytime we're flying here, you can join us and fly with us. Just be on US West servers. Is there somewhere in the EFB that shows max takeoff weight for current airports so I don't run into the issues like I did before? I mean, honestly, because I was doing... Oh, I guess I was in the planes. I don't think there's anything in the EFB that showcases that, to be honest with you. I mean, things like the AnyBuilds stuff, and you can kind of see all this information. So some planes will have it, other planes won't. Like the Cessna 172. Sorry for the trouble and thank you once again. I'm feeling bad now for asking. Oh, it's all good, Rex. No problems at all. It'll only take me a few seconds to get my buttons back to where I want them. I just don't want to waste everybody else's time by letting me go through the menus there. Are those the Pappy lights? Oh, I was about to say, why are they so bright? Oh, there's four... Wait. Oh, it's just 2 runways with double the Pappy lights for some reason. You were such a good dude. Thanks for the help. That's why I love doing these streams. It's always great helping everybody out, so glad it's helping, BTT. I mean, that too, with the charts, for sure. You can kind of go in here and check all this stuff out. This is, of course, where we took off from earlier in the stream. So if you really want to dive into all that as well, that is absolutely a thing you can utilize. Get our second and third notches of flaps in here. Let's make sure our landing lights are on. Always want to keep that in mind, especially in free flight, just to get used to it. Because obviously if you don't have landing lights on when you're doing night flights, you get penalized for that, and it's nice to get that habit going, for sure. You get the pre-flight checklist by going to your EFB, clicking on the aircraft icon, which, hang on, let me move it so you can actually see it. And you'll see this screen first, and from there you can get checklists for every aircraft in the sim. And shout out to everybody flying with me. I know I wasn't too focused on that today. I mean, I hope you understand we were just kind of more focused on the airliner stuff. But appreciate everybody wanting to fly still. That's awesome to see. So heading is going to just have wherever. So you see the blue little dot right there? That's what we have our heading set to. If we turn that on, that's where the plane would head to. But yeah, after we're done here landing, I'll go into career mode, I'll get a Cessna, we'll do something. I'll try to find the highest elevation airport in Utah, see if we can get an airport around that area, and see what's going on with that. But alright, I'll focus on my landing now. So right now we are a little low. We're below our glide slope. We only have one white light and 3 red. So we're gonna just, instead of us climbing, we'll stay level. Because then of course, at that point, we're still gaining altitude on the glide slope. And there we go. Now we have the 2 white, 2 red. So we're entering, or we're in the glide slope. That's what you want to see all the way to the airport. That means you're at the right altitude. And everything's looking fantastic for hopefully a fantastic landing. I meant to say something else, but what went fantastic again? Oh, man. Yeah, no, we're below our altitude I have set. Most of the time I'm at like the 3rd, because right now we're at, I don't know if there's a degree on this. We're on config 3. Oh shoot, shouldn't have done that. But yeah, we're on the 3rd set, 3rd notch as I like to call it, for flaps. I don't go full flaps most of the time. See, now we're a little too high up. A little too much speed here as well, so we'll fix that here. Got a Ryanair flight about to take off. Again, that is a real life aircraft doing its taxi. Okay, now I'm getting 2 separate things here. There we go.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Let's use the reverse thrust. That only works on PlayStation, apparently. Shout out to Sim Update 5. And of course, we don't have to worry about deploying the spoilers, because those are set to armed. So they will automatically deploy once we touch on the ground there. So again, regarding that, if we go up forward, And let's say, like, okay, let's go to idle. And then we need to go into reverse, hold R1 and then tap the circle button and then hold circle, and you can see the reverse thrust levers engaged there. And for this one, you don't have to do any R1X to get out of reverse. It'll just kind of go into it and you'll be good to go. I'm so excited to use this in career mode. Oh, I see. Are you in a A330 as well? Nice, you are. Let's see everybody else's landing here. Oh, I don't have my buttons. I forgot about that. I was like, why is nothing happening? It's okay. I'll mess with that later. But yes, Russell, we definitely had our landing gear set. Oh, Red Ninja is bouncing in the threshold there. Oh no. A little bumpy, a little shaky. Very nice. Oh, it's Kiwi Flyer. Hello. Oh, I think Kiwi Flyer's paused. Oh no, we're moving. It's fine. Oh, lovely livery on. Is that a Rockstar livery? For an example, we have 2 hours of flight time. However, during this, if we sim rate or skip to descent, the 2 hours will be added as our total. So no, if you ever sim rate, like if you sim rate in career mode, you're not going to be getting the full time frame of passive income, but you do get the full amount of money, regardless of sim rate or not. If you skip to descent, or skip any major part of the mission, you will lose most of your money from that mission. So just keep that in mind. It's Simon! Here, I'll move over here. You'll get the hang of it, Joel. I mean, that's why I like doing everything by hand. It's great, especially starting off, hand flying everything, because then you just get more and more familiar with everything, more comfortable with the aircraft. It's just, I love it. That's why I love always doing everything regarding landings and takeoffs on my own. But thank you for all the beautiful landings. I'm really happy with that one. Nice, Kiwi. Just got a little too slow there at the end. I was waiting for you to VTOL landing that VL3. I'm gonna be honest with you. But very nice. But alright, so, oh my goodness, what is going... Okay, can I mute this? I can mute some notifications. There we go. But thanks for joining, everybody. Again, sorry I wasn't too involved with looking back or anything like that. I was really wanting to focus on the A330 here. I hope everybody that was here, or watching the stream, or watched it as a VOD, found this helpful. Learned something from the non-experienced airline pilot. But nice, love the... I mean, it's just... Oh, it's... Wait. Yeah, that's right. KLM looks so good, too. I like the Malaysia Airlines livery as well. It's a great one. But appreciate everybody flying with us. We're going to hop into career mode really quick and see if we can't see if there's some shenanigans going on with the Cessna 172 in career mode for a light cargo mission. The Airbus missions are paying high for skips. Oh, really? Interesting. And hello, Matthew. Hello, hello. And Moose, good day. Are you aware if there's... I don't know anything about an enhanced mode. No, not at the moment. Thank you for this live stream, and thanks for your patience answering all our questions. A billion... Oh, it's all good, Charles. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's just such a blast helping people out, and it's fun to learn from you guys on airliner stuff. You know, kind of seeing what's going on with specific things, how to operate it. I love it. Alright, so let us get a... Well, here, first of all, let's spend a bit of cash to get over to Utah, because I haven't really flown around there too much. So let's fast travel, open up a little range here. Excellent. So let's see... Let me grab a Cessna 172 real quick. Oh, my PC-24. I love that thing. It's awesome. $500,000. Let me get the G1000 as well. Okay, hang on. I was stuck in the menu there. Because, you know, we may as well have all the fancy stuff in there rather than a steam gauge version if we don't want that. It's not going to be a really high altitude one. I mean, that's fine. We'll just kind of... We'll spawn it here and then we can open it up a little bit more. What's the highest elevation airport in Utah? South Valley Regional. Are higher than Salt Lake City, but for the absolute highest, you'd look towards smaller remote mountain strips. Alright, so we'll just kind of see what's going on here. Because, I mean... Salt Lake City elevation. Yeah, it's only 4,327 feet, so... We want something in the mountainous part of Utah. And hello, Chris! Welcome to the stream! Welcome! And you'll get those landings down. Just keep practicing, get some touch and goes going. Get familiar with everything. And... Let me open up this area here. And filter out to the 172, please. Elevation of Rock Springs. I'm assuming we're still in Utah, are we? Or do we go into Wyoming? That's Wyoming. That's not going to help us out. Well, crap. I don't really have anything over by the mountain, really. The only thing I really have is this one, but it's going the other direction. See if we can get anything from here. I have this one. Where's Richfield, Utah elevation? There's 5,354 feet. It seems like it's going to be our best bet. for testing purposes here. KRIF. Oh, is it that one? Oh, well, that worked out perfectly. I don't know what I just backed out of everything. Very good. Didn't mean to do that. Oh. Hold on. I think that's actually the air. Yeah, it was perfect. Well, that worked out nicely. By the way, just in case you don't know, you have that mission there, but if you click on the airport icon and then click mission list, oh, of course, this doesn't have other options, but sometimes you can have other missions at the same airport. It's not just that one that you click on overall. Let me give you an example here. So just something to keep in mind for future reference. If you're not really a fan of that mission, let's see if this one has it. Yeah, see, so this one, there's a cheaper one, or just a few thousand less, but it goes a different direction. So just something in case you didn't know about it. You're not just stuck with that one mission icon that you see from zoomed out. But okay, anyways, let's do this here. Enjoyed flying the A330 alongside you. First time I have landed it clean without auto thrust kicking in. Followed your approach for that, I think. Oh, that's awesome, Zoe. Very nice. Glad you had a great landing with the A330. And then shots, I'll show you heading and all that stuff here. Which, again, we already showed. And you hit heading, and then that's it. You don't have to keep spamming it. My goodness. Oh, there's no difference. It just gives you more. So every airport does have multiple missions out of it. Sometimes they can be higher paid than what the icon that's just there over the airport. So just something to kind of look into if you're looking for maybe something shorter, a bit of a heftier mission, stuff like that. Ostrich, I mean, I have everything on all the time, from live weather, live players, multiplayer, photogrammic imagery, and it's been a fantastic experience. I mean, if you're flying things like the Cessna Longitude, the CJ4, the C-17, those are just not properly optimized. They don't run great on any platform. So there's just some examples of planes where things can be a little bit less smooth because of things like that. So this is going to be a full tank of fuel since we just bought the aircraft. At least I'm pretty sure. We'll take a look at our mass and balance. Yeah, so full tank. Pretty much almost full on mass regarding everything in here. Oh shoot, forgot the cover on the engine. Actually, no? What's happening? Hello? What am I hearing? Did I get ripped off? Where did I buy this Cessna from? Let's restart. Something didn't set right. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Alright, let's try this again, and hopefully it starts up correctly, because I don't know what that was about. Weird, the alternator's not turning on. Why is this happening? I think I got ripped off by the dealership where I bought my Cessna because they gave me a faulty plane. I'm gonna just do a cold and dark start. I mean, I'll see if I can even turn it on because something is not working correctly here, which is weird. This is career mode. We're not in free flight. Wow. Oops, no, not the A330. Hang on, nope, back it up. Is the G1000 glitched in career? Because that's why I'm going to free flight, because now I'm in bug report mode, because that's the first time I've ever run into a situation like that where something isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's gonna be in your, basically the center console to your right for lights. I'll show it to you in the Corvallis. I need to just kind of figure out what's going on. Oh, I did not mean to get in here just yet. Hold on. No, it's doing it here too. Interesting. Wow, when did that break? What in the world? Is it just the G1000 or is the Steam gauge doing the same thing? Weird. I'll just restart the sim too, just to make sure that's... Because if it's happening with the Steam gauge, then something's just wonky all around here. Because, I mean, I've done the G1000 in career mode before, and I never saw that, so that's why I'm confused why all of a sudden it is. By the way, it looks nice around here, though, huh? Love that. Alright, let's see if the Steam gauge is also broke. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna restart the sim and see if it continues happening, because if it is, then I have a bug report to make. Something's telling me that a reboot is going to help us, though. We'll see. If not, I'll check the other platforms to see if they're happening. You know, since we are on Sim Update 5 here, apparently. No wonder it's broke. We got Sim Update 5 early. Oh, man. As a matter of fact, I have the PC on still. I'll check that really quick, see if I'm running into the same issue there. I'm still really happy with that A330 flight, though. That was great. Oh, is it Sim Update 10, Russell? Okay, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's pretty far ahead here. I am being terrible at replying to some messages, my goodness. Just spent $500,000 on a Cessna that doesn't work, so I think people can understand that. Alright, let's see if it's still happening here. Let's go to a random... Well, actually, no, I'll stay at the same airport. Oh, crap, where was that at now? Oh, right here. Maybe the airport is cursed. Ask for a refund. I know. Alright, let me see if it's doing it on PC. I'll just go to the same airport. Just go G1000. Whatever. Alright, let's see if this is working now. Yep, now it's working properly. Weird. So, good to know. If you run into that issue, just restart the sim, and you'll be good. My question, though, is... why did that happen anyways? So yeah, PC's not having that issue. Is it because we bought the G1? I'm going to test it out again. I want to see if that breaks it. We'll just go into career mode again, though, and see if all is well now. It's the best way to learn all the buttons on aircraft. I mean, it's just fly them around, get used to it, stick to one plane, and just get familiar with it from that. Can't wait for my HOTUS to come in. Although I am loving gyroscope, it almost feels like a yoke. I gotcha. And now we probably don't have any missions here anymore, which sucks. Oh, I guess we'll start over here. Oh. Nope, not doing that. That was for my PC-24. Oh, now I have even less options here. That sucks. Well, you know what? Here, I'll just go to Colorado. I mean, I know I can get into a high elevation from there, and we'll see how it does. What's Aspen's elevation? Elevation in Aspen. Almost 8,000 feet, so we'll just do that. Obviously, don't recommend doing a Cessna 172 in the Rockies, because like I was talking about before, the ceiling of a 172 is 14,000 feet, and obviously there's a lot of 14,000 plus mountain peaks to fly over. Been trying to fly some tube liners since SU4 release, and they opened up the AnyBuilds Airbus planes. You can't add fuel in career with a keybind. Doesn't work for me. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are doing that across the board to remove it. I could be wrong, though, but... But welcome to the stream, Adam. How do I do it when I press R1 for the rudder to go to the right? And when I release R1, it goes back to normal. That's how it is default. Left trigger, and then let go. Right trigger, let go. Yeah, that's funny. Now all of a sudden everything's good. Weird. Well, good to know. Restart helps. That's a little too much here. Let's go back to like 25%. Fuel pump on. Clear out the yoke. Turn the... Start it on up.
It's Andy.
Fuel pump off.
Now that you're all set up, let me go over the important details with you. You have bulk behind you. Standard shipment for one of our clients based in Springer. Expected in no time at Springer Mun. The sensitive cargo containers have high tolerance with turbulence, but make sure you keep the delivery smooth and on time. You have all the pertinent information in your flight packet as a reminder. Fly safely.
Aspen Ground, Cessna November 5, 7444 with Kilo. Request taxi for takeoff, south departure.
Cessna November 5, 7444. Taxi to and hold short of runway tree using taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er. Contact tower on 118.85 when ready.
Another thing regarding high altitude flying is mixture. I'll dive into it once we're done with ATC.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree via taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er, Cessna 444.
Because right now, being full mixture is not going to go great for our performance. We're going to be lacking that performance. So I'll kind of showcase what I'm talking about once we're on the runway, which is going to... I'm going to just skip the takeoff for this, just so we can get over there quicker and talk about heading and nav mode again, but also with mixture.
Aspen Tower, Cessna November 5, 7444 ready at runway tree, south departure.
Cessna November 5, 7444. Hold short runway tree. Traffic is Beechcraft King Air on final.
Hold short runway tree, Cessna 444.
And I go, oh, very nice, Monstrout. Very nice. You're going to have a blast with the sim. The landing in Aspen is wild. It is. Evening Cow watching on my 12-hour night shift in the UK. Well, hopefully that night shift can go by very quickly for you. Welcome to the stream. By the way, if you want AI traffic in career, you have to toggle that on. It's off by default. So just keep that in mind.
Beechcraft 9er Bravo Romeo. Turn next taxiway.
And hello, Eric. Welcome to the stream. And your restart worked too? Nice, Silent. That's great to hear. So we're going to set... Oh, you can see it already changed our mixture, actually. Because I was going to say around 50% at these high altitudes, you'll get more performance out of your aircraft. Because if you have it set to full mixture, you're going to be going really, really slow. So I'll have it set to full just so you can see the difference. We'll eventually get clearance here. Once this King Air gets off the road. Off the runway. Wow, we're really filled up here, huh? Nice. Even all the way back up next to us. Let's see if I can... Oh, I did not mean to... Oh, it doesn't matter. Can he get off the runway? So we're at 1900 RPM right now with full mixture. I'm trying to get here. Let's do it this way. Yeah, see? See how here, I'll also let you listen to it.
Beechcraft 9er Bravo Romeo. Contact ground on 121.9er. Cessna November 57444. Altimeter tree 004 south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree.
Can you quit talking so people can hear? Goodness gracious.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree. Cessna 444.
So again, listen to it. You see how we're feeling kind of underpowered at 100% mixture? Listen as we drop it to about 50% mixture at these higher altitudes.
Beechcraft 9er Bravo Romeo.
So when you're doing these flights at higher altitudes, especially in these underpowered aircraft, that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to have it set to 50% for our takeoff. We're also not going to do too much with flaps since we're already pretty heavy. We're going to just stick to the one notch of flaps that we have. There is no replay on the PlayStation 5 version of the sim. I know I'm taxiing way too fast. I'm just trying to get up in the air here. So now that we have that mixture set to 50%, we're getting that extra power because of the less air that's going on up here at those higher altitudes. So we're at 55 knots. We can pull back and take off in no time. And again, we just have that one notch of flaps. We don't want to overdo it because then we're making ourselves even slower with all that extra weight that's in the aircraft. Alright, so now that we have all that, let's go ahead and set our heading to go straight ahead. We'll toggle heading mode on and autopilot on. And that's it for heading. Simple as that.
Cessna 444. Continue for south departure.
Aspen Tower, Cessna November 57444. Continue for south departure.
And of course, with heading mode, you can just twist the dial and it'll head to wherever you have it set to. We're just going to turn around so that way, once we get close, nav mode will take over. We'll just have that on already. Heading mode will disengage. Actually, it already did because we're still close enough for it. So, anyways, if you weren't close to it, nav mode wouldn't engage until you get close to the magenta line, which we're close enough to. So now it'll follow the rest of the flight on its own. And that's how you do stuff at higher altitudes. We'll get rid of those flaps, get as much airspeed as we can, just because, you know, we have to climb over some pretty hefty mountains here in a 172, which again, wouldn't really recommend having a 172 for this area or anywhere at a high elevation. But in case you do, mixture is very important to get that extra power out of your aircraft at the higher altitudes. And Admiral, you get the game in 5 days. Nice. And the AI setting is under Settings, Online, and Air Traffic in Career. Again, that's set to default to be off, and that's where you turn it on. No A380, but a 787 is part of the Premium Deluxe edition of the sim. And the 787 has KLM, Korean Air, and other airliners have Pan Am, New Zealand, Jet2, Qatar Airways, S7, Sun Express, United, Spirit, Wizz Air, and there's more arriving default to the sim, probably with Sim Update 5. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to break off of nav mode just for a little bit, so that way we can climb with ease between the mountain peaks here. Thanks, Cowtown, for schooling us on high altitude flying. We got it all wrong. Absolutely, Matt. That's what we're here to do. So doing that, you should have a great time flying, especially out of Utah and everything like that. Especially since a lot of those airports were at, what, 4,000 or 5,000 feet? And that's how you'll get off the ground without worrying about crashing at the end of the runway, because you don't have enough speed. Just landed in Newark, a lovely crosswind. Nice, FMJ. You know what? We can definitely do something with the A320 after this. Thank you for the help with high altitude. I appreciate it. You are welcome, DJ. Glad I could help. May your high altitude career missions be a success.
Cessna 444, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Aspen Tower, Cessna November 5 7444, frequency change.
I don't even know, I'm going for the full... Anyways, there we go. I'm not actually here to do the full flight, but that is how that all works, and I'm glad that's helpful information to you guys. And you know what? I will do my A320 flight at my home airport. Not in the Spirit. I hate the Spirit Airlines livery. Just ugly. I'll go EasyJet. No, I mean, career mode, I mean, there's a whole tutorial section regarding the 172 just with the basics of flight. It doesn't really go into too much other detail. I mean, it does a little bit with autopilot, I guess, but everything else in the sim, you're kind of just learning as you go. Again, flying the 172 is a great option because once you learn the basics of flying that, using the autopilot system with it, you kind of get similarities with other aircraft. Even if the avionics systems look different or more advanced, you get the same general idea. That's why I always recommend the 172 to fly first. Even the Piper's a great option as well. And all that information will definitely be a help as you make your way over into other aircraft. Just and whiskey. There you go, FMJ. In a few days, I will be heading up to the frozen tundra of western New York. Oh, very nice, Eric. I almost said Echo for some reason. Very nice, Eric. Hopefully you have a safe travel up there. As somebody whose hometown is at sea level in Texas, the altitude was a rude awakening. Yep, it's definitely something to get used to. And the other big thing, too, is when you're flying the Cessna 172 and planes that don't have de-icers, you want to be careful about that, too. Because if you fly through snowstorms and everything like that, you are risking at falling out of the sky because of the ice buildup. So it's something else to kind of keep in mind when you're flying those aircraft. Do I have my own airline in career mode? No, not yet. The newest purchase for me was the PC-24. Should I get Microsoft Flight Simulator? Absolutely, Scopes. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. Oh, that's all on? Okay, it is on. Perfect. We'll go for 3 notches of flaps on takeoff as well. Oh, and right, yes, I'll showcase the Corvallis lights as well. Somebody flying a 737 over there. Nice. TPA to CLT, SR, SYR, American Airlines, and an A321 and A319. Nice. I don't need auto throttle, thanks. What is... Get that out of here, thank you. I mean, if you want to use the, because it's only 100,000 credits to get the certification, so I mean, just having it is nice. you're not going to really be able to afford any of those planes part of that certification so early on. So I mean, it really all just depends if you just want the certifications done. That way you're ready to go for when you do have enough credits for it. So yeah, it's really all dependent on you and what you're wanting from it. But yep, cargo is where I spend most of my time in career. That's why I picked up that PC-24. You make almost, sometimes if it's bad weather conditions, you're making 2 million credits per mission. It's just really nice. Hans, I mean, anytime I'm live, people can join on up. That's why we have a few viewers with us today. I mean, it's not too packed today just because, again, it wasn't really like a full-on long flight today. But yep, anytime we're live, it's free flight, people can join on up. Oh, once you get your own airline, you're making 25, 30 million credits per flight. But keep in mind, once you get to the airliners, there's a lot more maintenance cost, of course, too, so... I'm gonna go for 3-5 left here. Because if we go 3-5 right, I'm going to be diving in too much. I don't want to do that. Actually, no, you know what? We're actually going to be good for 3-5 right. Get our 3 notches of flaps in here. Config 3. And you know what? We'll head up to Denver after this. But before we do that, oh crap! I'll show the Corvallis after Denver. But anyways, it'll be right below you on the seat in the center console. There's gonna be 4 white switches. That's where the lights are. But again, I'll show it to you after we're done with this flight. No, Matt. So if somebody's flying the Antonov and they don't have the Aviator Edition, they would just see a random plane, if that's what you're talking about. And again, speed brakes are armed. If they aren't, you can go here and set them to be armed. This all manual? Yes. all flying with the dual sense gyroscope. I'm not gonna go full flaps. I'm good, thank you.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Alright, bail out of reverse. Let's go. Full throttle. Just want to make sure Sim Update 10, the A320, is still working on the PlayStation here with reverse. We'll just head over to Denver. Set this to 13,000 feet. That works. Engage autopilot. We already have heading mode on. So we are good on that. Get our speed to 230. That works. Oops, I didn't do that. Also bring back our throttle, because again, if we're not below climb, or FLX, we're not going to be having auto throttle engage, so... Now let's set this up again. See if that's where I... No, I don't see speed yet. Hang on. And yes, full default settings. I don't change anything regarding sensitivity or anything like that. Whatever the sim has set for default is what I have set to it. So whatever it is out of the box, everything is default for me, from sensitivity to the button mappings, except for a couple things I do on my own. Oh shoot, forgot the gears here. I was too busy dealing with everything else. Sorry, gears. Get those up. We also need, don't need 13,000. We'll go to 12. How did you control it so well without the plane doing whatever it wanted? I'm telling you, I just fly with gyroscope mode. I don't have anything autopilot related, because I don't use that for landings, regardless of what I'm flying, from airliners, general aviation, to private jets. I'm always hand flying everything. I'll have to watch the stream back tomorrow about the 330, as just tried it again, and it freaked out. Oh no, Simon! I'm sure you'll get the hang of it, though. And Anthony, nice! Glad you're having a great time with the sim on Xbox. I have the Antonov. It's brilliant, but I can't fly and watch the stream at the same time, so it wouldn't be me. But nice, Russell. Glad you're enjoying that plane. But yep, Jim, I mean, that's the other thing too. It's just keep practicing. Go into free flight, do touch and goes. Just have a nice pattern around your favorite airport. Maybe pick one with a longer runway, so you have a lot more time to slow down, bail out of a landing, stuff like that, and just do it in whatever plane you want, and just get familiar with it. But yeah, for me personally, I don't want Autopilot doing all the fun stuff. You know, I mean, I just never was a fan of that. So everything I fly is hand-flown except for getting from the departing airport to the arrival one. Because once it's starting to go into descent mode, you know, I'll let Autopilot take care of that. But when we're getting into the approach section, the landing, I'm hand-flying it all the way. How is it? Oh, it's fantastic, Bahook. It is fantastic, the sim. Which, speaking of descending, let's go ahead and bring our speed down. Oh, we're not even going... Hang on, we're not even... That should take care of it. We'll go to 9,000 feet. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? Because I just realized you're just climbing and climbing too. We're not even leveling out. Not listening to anything I'm telling you either. Weird. Okay. Let's do it this way then. There we go. Now it... Okay. Just needed to re-enable it. It was acting weird. Okay, now it's doing what it was supposed to be doing all along. We're going to go ahead and go to the right, loop around, and then... Well, here, actually, what is the active runway, Denver? Oops, did not mean to get back there. Okay, Den, where are you? Or Centennial. How am I not in range of Denver? That's alright. Wow, that person finished his flight really quick. He's already gone. And hello, Heisenberg. Welcome. And Merry Christmas to you. Can you fly everywhere, wherever you want? Yes, it is a full recreation of Earth. The full size. This isn't a short version or anything like that. So, wherever you want to fly, you can absolutely do that. By the way, like I was talking about with the EFB before, same thing. If you're not able to hit a button, move the window a little bit. It'll reset it, and you should be able to interact with everything normally. They really need to remove all this random... Like, if you're in a plane, it shouldn't show you helicopter or helipads. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm seeing Buckley, which is just south of Denver. Should be in view now. Nope, still not. Well, while we get closer, let me get the charts open for Kilo Delta Echo November. Oh, why am I doing that? Come Do-do-do-do-do. And then we'll see what approach they give us, because I'm not sure what runway is the active one currently. So we'll just... Well, there's Denver there's the spaceport now. You know what, here, I'll do the approach. I don't know why I'm making this more difficult. I don't want flight following though, that's why I'm not doing that. There you are, thank you. Goodness, now I can figure out what airport's going on here. Of course, it wants to be a pain again.
Denver Tower, Airbus Charlie Oscar Whiskey Tango Whiskey November is 15 miles southeast, 15,400, with Oscar to land. Airbus Charlie Oscar Whiskey Tango Whiskey November Denver Tower, altimeter 2992, fly left base runway 26.
Runway 26.
Fly left base runway 26, Airbus Tango Whiskey November.
Oh, that's perfect. So we can just head there, turn left, and go right in. Beautiful. So again, these are the charts. Most airports, a lot of the major ones definitely have it. Smaller airports might not have a chart, but if you're going to bigger ones, you can get all this lovely information here. I'm going to increase our descent just a little bit. Also going to go ahead and disengage auto throttle. Bring this power all the way on back. And then here you can see what altitude you're wanting to be at. So 7,000 feet once you're in this section of the chart. Once you reach Papa right here is when you would start your descent into runway 26. Which is right there. So we're gonna pass it, do a nice loop back to the right, and then line up with the runway from there. How is flying on controller? Fantastic. I love it. It's ridiculous, Aaron. They got rid of my smiley face, though, for the moon, sun, and Earth. Terrible decision. Very mad at Asobo for getting rid of the smiley face. Can you fly inside the storm? Yep. It's all live weather. You can set up your own weather too, but whatever your weather is in your local area, it'll be depicted in the sim. So if it's storming, you'll be flying through storms. If it's snowing, it'll be snowing. All that good stuff. Nice, Matt. We'll hopefully get some hours into the sim, and everything you're learning from here will come in handy for you. Oh, nice, Anthony. That'll be fun. Yes, I will be getting the PlayStation VR 2 headset. I actually did a community post yesterday talking about Ace of Thunder or whatever it is. And it seems like a lot of you want to see that, so I'll get the VR headset in January before that releases in February 3rd. And then that way we're ready for Flight Sim's VR support as well, which will be great. This is all vanilla. Third-party stuff will be arriving in springtime, pretty much around the same time VR support will be happening, I'm sure, is kind of the goal on that. Alright, disconnect autopilot. By the way, if you don't hit this red button here, you will hear this beautiful noise forever until you hit that button. So, Alright, auto throttle disconnected, everything's disconnected. Beautiful. Let's get our lovely EFB open again. But yep, these charts are all included in the sim for free. You're not paying for a subscription or anything regarding charts. Aw, nice, Bahug, very nice. I feel like they're going to have a nice jump in sales, especially if the VR stuff is going to be excellent, which I hope it will be, because the base sim alone is awesome. So I really have high hopes for the VR to be excellent as well. We'll level out a little bit here. We're at a good altitude. Because our runway is right over there. They are... Nope, this is part of the default sim since launch. Anytime you're wanting to see one, you'll click on an airport. You'll click more info. I know it's on the left side. I'm just showing in case you don't know. You'll hit more info. And then on the left here, you have information about the airport where you can get general info, weather, runway lengths, seeing what the wind is at those particular runways. And then, of course, you can hit charts here. And you have departure, arrival, approach, airport ground charts. So if you're wanting to see the taxiways and everything, you can get all that. And of course, our 26 ILS chart. So I just want to make sure everything was good there. Oh, they disconnect. Oh, I got you. Okay, perfect. Because I was a little worried too. I was like, I don't remember hearing that. But perfect. Is this game worth it? Absolutely. Nope, it has nothing to do with detail. It's not. It has nothing to do with handcrafted airports. Because like my hometown airport of Colorado Springs is not a handcrafted airport. Hang on, let me try to do this and fly at the same time. I'm sure it'll go well. Yep, you can click on this. More info. Charts. There's a ton of airports that support... I don't know why I'm seeing Denver right now. Come on now. There we go. So yep, not a handcrafted airport. Has charts as well. No idea. Not sure what that's going to be like with VR. Hasn't been discussed too much. That'll be a free update in the springtime as the target for that. And I'm sure they'll talk more about it as we get closer to it during some developer live streams and stuff. We'll probably have another one of those in January, I'd imagine. Thanks, man. I'm absolutely buying the PS5 Pro version. Oh, nice, Richie. Very nice. You on VATSIM? Nope. I am not. So right now we're up too high. It's my fault. I'm too busy doing everything else instead of focusing on the landing here, but we'll get back in the glide slope. It's all good. We'll get the 2 white, 2 red. There's our first one. Not sure why SkyWest is taking off towards us, especially since ATC gave us clearance for this, but that's okay. We'll ignore that for now. Should be getting our second red light here any second.
Airbus Tango Whiskey November, wind calm. Cleared to land runway 26.
Cleared to land runway 26. Give me my window, please. Where's my window at? Well, I'd reply to you, but I don't have any windows now.
1,000.
Airbus Tango Whiskey November. Did you hear my last transmission?
I did, but I can't do anything about it. Oh well. Let me see if this opens it. Nope, not even holding left on the D-pad. Forgot the gears now because I was distracted by that. Fantastic, everything's falling apart.
Tango Whiskey November. Did you copy?
No, I didn't. Just ignore you now. It's alright. I was just using ATC to get a runway that was active anyways, so. They can be mad.
Tango Whiskey November. Acknowledge last transmission.
Are we gonna load the textures here? I think the multiplayer plane that kind of was glitching through us was causing some issues here because it's not loading right.
40, 30, 20.
Airbus Tango Whiskey November. ATC services
Retard.
terminated.
Retard.
Oh, this is. Hang on. Let me restart. I don't know why that all freaked out. I think the plane going through us caused some things, and I think the game's crashing now too. Yeah, that's... Everything was fine until that plane blasted through us, and then it didn't like that, apparently. It's alright, we'll just spawn back on final and redo that landing. Hey John, hello, hello. How did you ask for taxi or other things in free flight? You just go to the communication window and go from that. Left on the D-pad, it wasn't opening any menus. Something went wonky after the multiplayer model went through us, and something just collapsed, so... That sim is not on PlayStation, no. The graphics are fine on PlayStation. What you saw there is not what it's supposed to look like. Again, that plane going through us glitched something out, and the sim wasn't happy with it, so... Gonna do something real quick. That way we can get this done quicker. Not Sleck. I want Slew. God dang it. Man. I'm gonna go for that runway there. Come on, calm down. I know, you always hate going out of slew mode. Oh, I'm so annoyed that happened, honestly. It was such a great approach, too. I was really happy, and then... Oh, well. Alright, so anyways, what we were doing before that all happened... Let me slow this down some more here. And no idea Real Aviation. I don't have any PMDG products. And not going to spend $70 to get one. Because I'm honestly not too picky with airliners. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with the ones that are in the default sim, so it's just... I don't want duplicates of things I already have. I'm sure it's good, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's just... The era of me purchasing an airliner for 70 bucks is... gone. Get our gears down. Crap, doesn't look like we have any pep. Oh, man, I just... Oh, no, they are there. Okay, we are on the glide slope. You can see my old house. Nice, Aaron. I believe that's Aero Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, with AMX. Which is, of course, one of the liveries that are available in the default sim for the airlines. Or at least, I think just the 737.
1,000.
And there we go. 10 minutes later than we needed to be. Oh man, it was such a great. Oh, it really bugged me. Oh well. But anyways, some more fun in another airliner. So I think we're gonna wrap it up there for today. Oh, we still made it to 3 hours, actually. Nice. I'm trying to take off here. Come on now. Back it up. Back it on up. But alright, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some more Flight Sim 2024 here. I know I enjoyed it. So, again, I really hope you guys, God damn, I got all thrown off after the land. Like, I'm just, oh, man. Anyways, hopefully you found some useful information out of this. It was fun. It really was, especially learning how to do nav mode in the Airbus. It was really nice seeing that. And yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.